Is there a way to watch the intro cutscene? I want to watch the intro cutscene.
Well, it's supposed to just play when you start up the game.
Yeah, it did it a second ago, but then I restarted it. I'll just wait for the title screen for a second then. Can you hear the audio?
I'm just trying to find the cable at the moment.
Oh, okay. I should get a drink of water. Come back in a second. No way, the intro's starting now. This intro is so much better than like the Tenkaichi intro. Like the graphics are just like infinitely better.
Yep.
I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Like they went from that to this, and it's like it was like a year later. Like what the hell?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're very loud though. It's like
Oh, one sec.
it's like I'm in a stadium hearing a. Now it's way too quiet.
Okay, how about now?
A bit louder.
About now?
A bit. Okay, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, so basically my headset mic that I've been using for ages is finally on its way out. So, like even the earphones in it aren't working as good. So right now I'm using my Blue Yeti, but since I have no sound set up at all, it just sounds bad. But it's the best I've got.
Are you like pointing it to the top of your face or like to the side? Because you're meant to have it at like the sideward. You're meant to have it front facing towards you.
You're gonna have to explain that better, because I'm just... Oh crap, sorry.
So when you're talking into the microphone, it needs to be like the front part of it you need to speak into, not the top of it.
By front, do you mean where the mute button is? Or is
Yeah,
that the back?
yeah. No, that's the front.
Yeah, one sec. No, I am just gonna have to redo this cable quickly. One sec, I might have to...
I'm gonna go get a drink. Okay, so advice for Blue Yeti: have the gain pretty much all the way to the bottom.
Won't that just make me quiet? Isn't that more for recording than streaming?
No, because if you're right up to it, when you have the gain on too high, it gets it all distorted.
Okay, I've turned it right down.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Okay.
And have the in the sound, in recording on sounds, go to levels and put it at about 85. That's what I usually have it at.
What, in the control panel settings?
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, this game was from before Kenji Yamamoto was banished to the Shadow Realm. Because this is all his music. Well, his, as much as it is, it can be his.
I'm gonna play on normal mode.
Okay, did you say 81?
I said 85.
Okay.
That's what I usually have it on. Unless I'm streaming, then I have it on like 60.
Okay, it's on 85.
Yeah, it sounds fine now.
Is it too quiet or anything?
No?
Okay.
My name is Goku, and I belong here.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't know if it's the first time, but it's the first time I ever remember them ever saying Son Goku instead of Goku in the Funimation dub in this game. Like, this was before Kai.
Is it supposed to run like this?
You're playing it on a... Are you playing it on an Xbox or an emulator?
I'm playing it on a Xenia, which is an emulator, and it's like locked to 46 FPS.
Well, I don't... It's tough for me to say, because I know it might be playing worse at the screen share through Discord, so...
I might turn the resolution down to like something lower on the in-game settings. It's very weird.
I'm up for the water temple in Ocarina if you're curious.
Cool. Hmm.
I mean, it might just be... I mean, not every game runs perfectly on Xenia. Like, I believe Sonic Unleashed only recently reached the point where it can run well on Xenia. I don't know if that's to do with updates to Xenia or just optimizations for Sonic Unleashed. And I've heard that Sonic Unleashed now runs like perfectly on Xenia.
It keeps going like 46 FPS. I don't know why.
Apparently it's supposed to be 30 FPS, the game.
How do I, like, lock it?
I don't know, I've never used Xenia before. Once I've got it set up for dumping my Xbox games, I'll try it out, but right now I've never used it. Did you say we were on Twitch, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get up the stream.
Trying to figure out a way to lock it to 30 FPS.
Okay, well I got the stream up now.
So if I go into GeForce, whatever the fuck, and max frame rate 30 FPS.
That might fix it. Well, I just looked... I mean, I don't know if that's actually true or not. I just looked it up and apparently... What frame rate is DBZ burst limit? Apparently this game runs okay on RPC is free.
I don't have that version.
Yeah. I think I've got both versions. Or actually, I don't know. I might be wrong about that.
Let's try it again.
Where's your pride?
I don't know if this is meant to be, but it seems pretty playable. I don't know.
That looks... I mean, I'm not playing it, so I can't tell, but based on the way it looks on your stream right now, it looks like it's how I remember it playing.
Yeah.
The motion blur is kind of... is all fully intentional. I think the motion blur is where 90% of the graphics in this game are from. Without the motion blur, it wouldn't look very good, to be honest. But it works. It works well. This is an example of motion blur being used well, I think. Too bad this game is... This game feels like a teaser for something that just never happened. Like, this felt like it should be like the first in a trilogy or something, but it never even got a sequel. Like, how did Raging Blast get a sequel, but not this?
How did Budokai Tenkaichi get?
That's true. First Budokai Tenkaichi was garbage. I think just because the principle of the game was cool, like the idea of a big open arena where you can properly fly around in, like people wanted that for Dragon Ball Z game where you're not just locked to like a 2D axis. And I guess
I have
maybe
no
they
idea how to play this game, I'm just spamming buttons.
It's... Honestly, the game that plays closest to this is Shin Budokai on the PSP, which you might, if you haven't played that, then...
No, I have not played that, but I've heard of it.
It's basically, it looks like Budokai. Basically, this game is like a... It doesn't play exactly the same as Budokai games, but it's similar. Like, it's clearly built from the same bones.
Can you check and see if this game is meant to run at 60 or 30? Because it still feels kind of weird, and I don't know if I'm just like getting the placebo effect or not.
No, well, the game's definitely not supposed to run at 60, because when I looked it up, it seems that the cheat engine things...
Damn, look at that. I just fucking obliterated him.
I think it's supposed to run at 30.
Alright.
I mean, it looks how I remember it.
Do you have
Oh,
a cold, or is your voice just nasally because of the microphone? Because it's
No, it's just... I mean, I don't think I have a cold.
Oh,
It's probably just the way my mic sounds.
maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I am using a completely different mic than normal, and I've done nothing to set it up other than the two things you suggested. I'm gonna record myself, and I'll tell you how I think it sounds. But I do...
Special beam cannon, I got cannibals. I'm gonna like skip all these scenes because I know how they play. Seen
They
the
have
show.
the over 9,000 scene in this game.
Yeah, I won't skip that one.
Hello, this is a test. I'm just testing this. I'm just gonna listen to this. Hello, I am a nasally person.
Cyberman.
No,
Wait.
I don't sound particularly nasally. I mean, I always have a bit of a nasally voice, but I don't notice it any better or worse. It might just be more
How
noticeable.
cool,
with-
you can make the balls bounce.
Yeah, but this is because... Do you know that... I don't know if this is true, it's still the case, but you know that Bandai Namco patented loading screen minigames?
Oh yeah, they did, I remember that.
Like, that's why every Dragon Ball Z game has like a loading screen minigame.
You're really something.
What about Splatoon?
I don't know about Splatoon. I never played.
Because that had a, in the Wii U version, it had a mini game that you played on the loading screen.
I mean, they probably paid to be able to do it, annoyingly.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, maybe
Because it was
they
like
don't.
it was like a mini game in like while waiting to go online on like the gamepad.
This was Dimps, this game, right?
Yeah. Do you know if Unlimited World Red has on online? We should like do a co-op on that. That's a good game.
I'd have to. I'd want to play it in the first place.
Concentrating all of his power into one thing.
Though,
Well, you
something
can
annoying
like
'cause-
play the full game in co-op. You can play it while being in co-op.
Alright.
That's what I'm saying.
Taking me out.
Is it like good though?
Yeah, I think it's good. I played it single player.
I mean, is it good for co-op though? Like, does it
Oh,
work?
I played it once in co-op and I thought it was fun. So
Maybe. No promises. One thing I want to say though is that
but I think it's local only, so we'd have to play with Parsec.
I was gonna say, I was gonna dump my, no. When I was dumping my Wii U games, when I was dumping, because I've got One Piece Unlimited World Red on Wii U, even though I never played it.
I have it on Wii U, PSP, 3DS, PS3.
I think I remember you saying that on a few things. But what I was gonna say was, something I was a little annoyed about was that I found the code for like the limited edition like DLC quest, but I never claimed it. And obviously, I can't now. So
I did that like the moment I got it. I think.
it's because I never played it. Like if I'd played it once, I probably would have completed it. But yeah, I just never played it.
What was annoying was I bought the 3DS version, but it had the it didn't have the sticker on it that said it, which I kind of was annoyed about. Because there's two versions, one with a sticker on it and one without it. And I want the one with the sticker on it. So I might buy another copy with the sticker.
I'll finish this quickly.
I don't think I had any good PS Vita games. I mean, I know there weren't a ton, but I was just randomly thinking about that because you mentioned you had One Piece on Vita.
I don't think I do have it. I think I have it on PS3. I just said PS Vita.
Oh.
But yeah, I have it on PS3 and I have it on Wii U and 3DS.
I think most of my Vita games were just ports of games that are on other systems.
That's the problem with the Vita. It's just like an emulator box. If you know what I mean. It's just like meant for playing older games.
Pretty much.
On,
I'm glad the PlayStation Store is still open to a certain extent, though.
I mean, you can literally buy PS1 games on a Vita and download them on the PS5.
Yeah? Well, oh, I don't know. I didn't know you could do that. Oh,
Yeah.
oh wow. Maybe I should try that, because I've got... What, you mean if you just sign into your PlayStation account on PS5 you can download them?
Yeah, well, it's only for the games that are on PS5 that are PS1 games.
Oh, I see. Probably none of mine, then. But, no, I
But yeah, it is cross-buy. All the games are cross-buy, which is something Nintendo hates. Imagine Nintendo doing that.
Mm-hmm. I did a few... Yeah, I played all of Persona 1 on PS Vita. Well, I played on PS TV, which is just PS Vita.
Yeah, I love PS TV.
PS TV is just a Vita. But...
Yeah, but it's so cool because it's so small.
Yeah, it is. So small I lost it for a while. Because it's smaller than an actual Vita.
I mean, that's
Well, I
like...
think PS TV is kind of cool. I mean,
It's cool that they can fit like a HD system inside a that small of a package.
Whenever you're
Yeah.
ready.
I mean, people are like, oh, the Wii is so small, but then you look at the PS TV and it's way smaller than the Wii ever was. Probably the smallest console ever made.
I'll let you take a wild guess at which Ginyu Force members are playable in this game.
Well, say that again?
I'll let you take a wild guess at which Ginyu Force members are playable in this game.
None of them.
2 of them, and it's the same 2 for every Budokai game.
So, Raccoon and the main guy that I can't remember the name.
What do you mean you can't remember his name? Ginyu!
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a bit too on the nose, isn't it?
He named the Force after himself.
And it's like Mario and Luigi Mario.
Well, he's Captain Ginyu.
I'm from the Ginyu Force and my name is Ginyu.
Well, he is the Ginyu Force, like he made it.
No, he's part of the Ginyu Force, but his name is also Ginyu. Just like Mario is part of the Mario Brothers.
I don't know if it's quite the same thing. Because he called it because it's his Force. He named it after himself.
Well, I thought it was just the Ginyu Force because it was just the Ginyu Force.
No, it's the Ginyu Force because the leader is Captain Ginyu. It's his Force. That's what... He is Ginyu.
But what about when Goku takes over him? Is it the Goku Force then?
No, because Ginyu is the name of the thing that's like possessing it. Because even the purple thing wasn't Ginyu's original body. Ginyu is the shape-shifting creature. Well,
Wait, what? It wasn't even... It's not his original body?
No.
That's how he became powerful, by just stealing other people's bodies.
What was his original body then? The frog?
You'll know that's what he became after Goku.
I think he was originally the frog, and then he went back to the frog at the end.
Well, I think that's how Captain Ginyu rose up in power. I think just whenever someone was stronger than him, he'd just steal their body, and then he was strong.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the frog was originally his original body.
Don't know about that.
I love the frog scene, it's so funny. George.
I mean, these
My name's not George!
I thought I told you. You
Yeah.
better go all out.
No, he called Vegeta George and he killed him because his name's not George.
Yep, that is what happened.
My name's not Shane, kid. Cyberman is now playable, okay.
My favorite character.
Cybermen! There is no Cybermen in this game.
You can play as them.
Yeah, but not like Doctor Who Cybermen.
You can play as Yamcha. I like playing as Yamcha in this game.
Okay.
I used to think that the blue cell things were just Cybermen. You know, the cell mini cells?
Cell Genius, yeah.
Yeah, they're basically the same as Cybermen. Damn, Yamcha's like the most powerful guy in this game.
He's actually, I know you're kidding, but he's actually not bad.
No, I wasn't kidding.
Oh.
I was just being ironic because he's usually the most unpowerful.
Actually, in the games, Yamcha's usually one of the more liked and well-rounded characters.
Yeah.
Even in Dragon Ball Fighters, they make non-useless Yamcha almost canon because I guess the story of Fighters is that everyone's power level becomes exactly the same. Never finished the story, but I kind of like that because it means characters.
I didn't like how the story was in like 24 FPS. It was pretty jarring. The cutscenes were kind of jarring.
I mean, I guess if they're trying to make it like the anime.
Yeah, but like because it's in 3D, it just looks weird for me.
No, I agree. Somehow they never. I don't fully get why, but they've never. You can always tell when they replace CGI. Like you'd think. Like that Piccolo movie. I never saw it, but I've seen like clips of it. But like.
You mean the Dragon Ball Superheroes movie?
Yeah, the thing where Piccolo. Yeah, whatever that the 3D. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's good.
I've never seen it. I've just seen like some footage of it, but like. Objectively, everything that should make it look 2D is there. Like, you know, the art style is very similar to like 2D and stuff, but it always looks off. Like, it always looks 3D. I don't really know what it is that's off about it. Like, you'd think that in theory you would be able to pull off, you know, 2D and 3D with anime, but you can always tell. It's always obvious.
Well, they definitely did it because it's cheaper to do 3D than 2D, so you don't have to do it frame by frame.
No, I'm just saying it's interesting how, like, it doesn't look right.
Well, I didn't think it definitely didn't look right to me. It looked like nothing like the last movie that came out.
That's what I'm saying, though. I'm wondering why it doesn't look right. Because I agree.
Because 3D is impossible to make to look like 2D because it's always 3 dimensions. Like, even for the shows that really look like 2D, whatever.
I'm just wondering why that is.
I mean, that movie, that Santa Claus movie that came out, that still looks pretty 3D, even though they tried really hard to make it look 2D. At least to me.
I mean, I know Spider-Verse is all 3D, but I know a lot of people genuinely were convinced it was 2D.
I thought it was 3D.
No, I mean, so could I, but I mean, I think it's getting better to the point where some more casual, less sharp-eyed people...
When they have 3D segments in anime, it's all it's always usually very obvious that it's 3D because you
No,
can see
that's
like
what I'm saying. I feel like we should be able to get to a point where it's not obvious, though.
I don't know.
I feel like it could get better. I don't feel like it's there yet, but I think it could reach that.
More and more anime these days use 3D stuff in their shows.
No, I don't usually like it, but I feel like it should be possible.
I
Like,
don't mind it. It makes it for cool action scenes and stuff.
Depends. Yeah.
Does Nappa have a mental disability?
I mean, Vegeta does call him a spastic in the
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Kai.
Exactly. I remember there was a little Karibo video where he just kept saying "I'm a retard" over and over again. It's like mocked like a bridge series is. But I don't know, he doesn't seem that dumb in the actual show. It's just in a bridge series where he's like really stupid. I don't know.
I mean, there isn't really much to Napper to begin with in the actual show. Like, you don't really learn a lot about him. He's just a big tough guy who's like stronger than everyone who's trying to fight him, except Goku. But you don't really learn about his character much. Just, 'cause I mean, sure, he's like condescending and mocking his enemies, but so is like every Saiyan bad guy. I don't know. It's a shame.
You remember the Nappa in the Bardock episode? That he had like the big like hat on and he was like, let's say, please don't blow up the planet.
I do remember that.
That was the best moment. Why am I Nappa anyway? I don't remember being Nappa.
I think maybe because Nappa wins this fight, so you play as the canonical winner. I don't know. I think it's stupid that Broly's in this game. Broly was literally in every Dragon Ball game for like I think he still is. Like, he's obviously in fighters, but like...
There's a lot of characters in Fires, except for General Blue. He should be in Fires. I can't
mean,
wait
like...
until they have like 300 characters in Tenkaichi 4.
I mean, the fact that he's in Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans, I think, really shows how much they were going out of their way to just put him in everything.
Which character?
Broly.
Oh, Broly.
Like, there's no reason for Broly to be in Attack of the Saiyans. They don't even get up to Super Saiyan 1 in Attack of the Saiyans.
When are they gonna have Broly versus Broly as in an umbrella?
I don't know.
You just don't know when to quit. I'm still alive, stupid.
What?
See, these animations are okay, but the problem is, you see, they reuse them so much that they just
Then I'll be joining you.
become...
Have you heard of the Dragon Ball Z game on the SNES that uses like 2D sprites to make it look like the show?
What?
The Dragon Ball Z was... I feel like I know the game you're talking about. What's it called?
On the SNES, I don't know which one it is, but there was like a load of them on the SNES, but it's like...
I know there was one there,
Just look at Dragon Ball Z games on the Super Nintendo. It might be Super Butoden from 95.
I wouldn't say Butoden looks
Yeah, what is
particularly
it? No, not tonight. I'll do it tomorrow night. Yeah.
It's not Butoden.
Okay. I don't think it is Super Butoden. It's one of them, though.
Are you sure it was on the Super Nintendo?
Yeah, definitely on the Super
Because,
Nintendo.
well, there was Super Butoden and there was Hyper Dimension, but does Hyper Dimension really look like the show?
Well, I mean, I'm using that very loosely, but it used like 2D sprites.
I mean, they all use 2D sprites.
Yeah, but they use like 2D sprites directly from the show. I remember that they had a deal where they had one of the Japanese only 3DS games. If you bought Ultimate Butoden, you got like one of them Japanese only games on the 3DS for free. I never got that.
Oh yeah, I do remember thinking about that. There was a Dragon Ball game on the SNES apparently. No, it was Dragon Ball Z. It just had Kid Goku and King Piccolo on the cover for some reason. Actually, it seems like it's old Dragon Ball, not Z. So why is it even called Dragon Ball Z? It's really random. Okay, well it's not that game. Super Goku Den.
How come in the opening for Dragon Ball Z they have him with the power pole, but then he never uses the power pole in the show? Kind of like a bit of a misleading.
Yeah, I guess they were clearly going by what they knew about the original Dragon Ball. No, it's not the Super Butoden game.
Whee! This is not good.
No, none of the ones that are on the Super Nintendo look like what you're describing, but I know there is a game that had like.
You know, I'm
anime
gonna
stuff.
pause it and look it up. Give me a sec.
I know the game you're talking about, but I don't think it was a Super Nintendo game.
Well, maybe it was a PS1 game.
It wasn't Dragon Ball Z The Legend. Was it Ultimate Battle 22?
List of... Oh, it might have been Ultimate Battle 22. Was that on the SNES?
Yeah. No, that was on PS1. Yeah,
It might have been.
wait, was it? I think it might have been Ultimate Battle 22.
No, because that's a free... Yeah, it might be that one.
No, yeah, it is, because it's good. Yeah, it is. It's like 2D anime style sprites, but with like a 3D low poly background.
Yeah, probably right.
I was gonna say, I feel like that would have been too much for the SNES. But I do know the game you're talking about. Yeah, it is that game. Ultimate Battle 22.
Yeah, Super Butoden, I think, was the one that came with...
Well, there were 3 Super Butoden games.
Yeah, but there was one that came with the 3DS if you pre-ordered it or something like that.
Probably the first one. Probably the first.
It says... No, it was the second one. They gave it as a bonus to whoever pre-ordered Extreme Butoden, but
Yeah,
it was not translated.
I remember that.
But the first one was released in Fighter Z on the Switch as a pre-order bonus.
I didn't know about that. Or maybe I did, I don't know.
Apparently this game did really well. It did like 1.4 million in Japan alone. That's pretty good. I think what do you think a lot of people were confused when Dragon Ball GT Final Bout came out before the show even came out? Like, because when it came out like in the UK way before anything Dragon Ball Z was even a thing.
Wait, what? What, you're saying we got Final Bout in the UK before we had any Dragon Ball Z in the UK?
Yeah. Because it came out like 97. And we got the show in like 98, I think. I don't know when we got the show.
Okay, well, Dragon Ball GT Final Bout came out in Europe in 1997.
I have no idea when it came out in the UK. I'm assuming it came out after America got it.
Dragon Ball Z originally aired in 1998 in the UK. Yeah, it was a year later.
And that's not even considering the fact that GT wasn't even a thing until like 2002 here.
Yeah, it was a little random. Maybe I wonder why they released. I mean, they may have just been releasing it for the sake of releasing the game itself. Hence why they just left the GT branding in.
But they did release games that were Dragon Ball games, but they changed like the characters in like outside of Japan.
Yeah, didn't they, like, the first Dragon Ball game get released and
Yeah,
just
something like
rebranded
that.
as a different thing?
Yeah, Goemon. It was not Goemon. I looked at that Dragon Ball Origins game, and apparently there's 2 of them that came out.
Yeah, I think I got both of them. I've got at least I've got one of them. I know no, it was Attack of the Saiyans. I don't think I ever got the sequel.
Are they like 3D games or 2D games?
No, they're 3D.
Alright,
They're like
maybe-
Phantom Hourglass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
Do
control.
they
like
have like
Phantom Hourglass.
touch screen? Oh fuck!
Yeah, it's literally very similar to Phantom Hourglass in how it controls.
The best voice acting ever.
What? You're gonna try to hold me off? Don't make me laugh. You stupid pipsqueak.
I don't think Gohan is suited for this voice, but Goku is definitely suited for this voice.
Maybe.
But I do think I'd much rather Gohan be voiced by Stephanie than Colleen voicing Goku as a kid. It just feels like off. It's just off, so off. I mean, the first Dragon Ball movie, the dub is not great. Okay, this freaking voices are really annoying me. They keep making the same exact noises over and over again.
Yeah, the story mode in this game isn't that great. It's like Budokai 1 story mode, but like not as good. It's got even less cutscenes. So it's even less like the show, and more just like fighting, thematic battles. Well, I'm not going to say Budokai 1 had a great story mode, but at least it had like cutscenes based off the show, which was kind of cool.
What was the origin of Teen Gohan?
Teen Gohan?
Yeah, because he's not technically a teen.
I think
At
that's
that
just
point.
I think that's just what they called him in the games to separate him from the little baby Gohan.
So it was just like a random thing. It wasn't like anything.
Yeah, it's that's just what they called him in the games, I guess. Just to separate him. It's like
To be
It's more
fair, we
like-
don't know.
it's like kid Gohan and then just kid Gohan.
Well, maybe in Saiyan language, it
Nope.
is a teen.
Nope.
I don't know. So it could be correct
Nope.
in Saiyanese.
Nope. Saiyans just talk English. Or whatever.
Well, no,
the
because the
common tongue
TARDIS translates it for you.
is. So TARDIS and Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Not even in the filleriest of filler episodes of DBZ did we ever get a TARDIS.
Doesn't it seem a bit weird how they all speak the same exact language? I mean, surely aliens would not speak this English.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's a bit weird. More Japanese, rather.
Yeah, but they wouldn't speak Japanese or English.
Yeah.
They'd speak like.
Kind of just the anime rule, like in Hellsing Ultimate, even though it's all set in Britain, everyone's Japanese.
Well, in some shows, they have like English people in Japanese shows. They have English-speaking
What's with your
segments,
face? I don't like it.
and it's usually by Japanese people, so it's all like broken English, and it's really funny. And that was the over 9,000 bit,
Yep.
but it's not the good one; it's the shitty one.
It's not the Brian Drummond one, you're right.
Yeah, that's the only good one.
8,000.
I feel bad. Chris Sabat gets asked to say that so much, even though it wasn't his line originally. He wasn't the one that...
It's nowhere near
wasn't-
as cool when he does it as when Brian Drummond does it.
I'm sure he's tired of being asked to say it.
It's over 9,000.
So you're meant to do it like, it's over 9,000! But he does it like, it's over 9,000, blah! Like he doesn't do anywhere near as good. It's crap.
I think when they dubbed it, when Funimation did the DBZ dub, they weren't trying to make it like a meme, they were just dubbing it. And then
Were they trying to make it like a meme for the Ocean dub then when they originally did it? Were they like planning for it to be a meme?
No, as in what I mean is like they weren't trying to replicate the performance or like they weren't trying to reference the meme that had already been created from it. They were just because a lot of the script for the Funimation redub of those episodes is the same as the Ocean scripts, just the delivery from the actors is different.
Yeah. When did it become a meme though? I thought it was like surely like after they did the dub for this.
It was very early YouTube, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe even before that. Could have been like 2006.
I'm sure Know Your Meme says that's what it is. It was one of the later early memes, that's for sure, I think.
No, it's a very early one. That's like pre-YouTube poop.
Well, I consider like early memes be like the late 90s to early 2000s.
October 17th, 2006.
Yeah, that's after they did the dub for this. So. Because they, after they finished Dragon Ball Z, they then went back and did it, and that was like in 2003 about?
I think even before it was a meme, though, I think people used to joke that the delivery on it was a bit strange. Like, there were a few...
Maybe.
Because, like, there was a few moments like that in the Ocean dub. Like, there's this, like, where they were just trying to match the lip flaps, and they would sometimes deliver things weird in order to do that. Like, there was a scene where, like, Vegeta's, like, holding up, like, Krillin or Gohan or something, and he's like, we need to do the thing, you understand? Like it's the way that, because they were trying to keep it while his mouth was open. They were trying hard to match the lip flaps. An admirable effort, but it made the delivery very strange.
Have you seen every episode of the Ocean dub?
No, but I own I own every episode of the like the one from like the Saiyan till Ginyu saga.
Oh, do you have the Rock the Dragon collection?
No, I got like all the individual sets before that came out.
I regret not getting that because that looks so cool. It had like a nice box. It's really expensive now, so.
Kind of wish I'd gotten it. I know I was thinking about it, I just never did. But I've got like individual DVDs.
Something I really regret is I saw one of the Dragon boxes for like £20 on Amazon and I didn't buy it.
Vegeta!
I got those as they came out.
Yeah.
Darn it!
But 20 quid is not bad at all for a Dragon box.
And leave this planet now.
I just got a shitty fucking orange bricks. Fucking awful. I don't really care about owning Dragon Ball Z. I'm more interested in buying like Dragon Ball Kai since it's just a more interesting show to watch.
I've got all of the original Dragon Ball Kai,
Yeah, me too.
but not the Boo.
Yeah, I don't really care that much about Boo anyway, so... But it's very easy to buy because it comes in like 3 sets.
Alright. At least you don't have to worry...
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, at least you don't have to worry about getting the right version or whatever.
What do you mean?
As in, like, you don't need to think, like, oh, is this the one with the hastily swapped out Kikuchi
Oh, yeah,
soundtrack,
because it all has the same music, yeah.
Gets to play with an elite like me.
But apparently some later prints of Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 had different music.
Yeah, it did.
Mine had, like, the normal music, but yeah, they had, like, the Tenkaichi 2 soundtrack and stuff.
No, but I remember they, once they got Super, they just, like, immediately just released all of the Boo Saga, like, instantly, and just, like, in 1 month, they just released, like, the entire Blu-ray set. And it was really weird and random. It's like they were holding onto it for ages, and then they just decided to just release it all in one thing.
Yeah, there was quite a long wait for that, wasn't there?
I didn't really like the Boo Saga because it just didn't look anywhere near as good as the original. Like, they just didn't do that good of a job of remastering it.
They just made it green. I don't know why it's so green.
But it didn't look as HD. I think one of the reasons was, in the original, they redid a lot of frames because they weren't that great because of the film.
Yeah, they didn't redraw anything for Boo Saga, did they?
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that. I guess it probably didn't need it as badly. It's weird though, because there's some frames that
I
in
think it
DBZ
will. I think it definitely did need it as badly since it's all on the same 16mm.
Well, I mean, a lot of the time they would redraw scenes to fix like animation errors and stuff, though.
Yeah.
Like, but there was one big animation error in Z that they didn't fix in Kai, which I was surprised about. Like,
What they should do is get all the animation cells and rescan them like from the source instead of.
Well, there was a scene in Dragon Ball Z Kai where like Krillin flies. It's like when the Krillin Gohan are like flying away so that Vegeta can fight Frieza. And like, but when Krillin first flies to the background, he goes from his Saiyan sort of armor, battle armor, to his regular orange like fighting suit for like that one shot. And they didn't fix that in Kai for some reason. That would have
Maybe
been
it was like an Easter egg. I don't know.
Well, they fixed a lot of stuff. They even redrew some scenes which didn't have anything that needed fixing. Like, usually when they'd redraw scenes in Kai, it was to either, like, make it work better widescreen or to fix, like, animation errors or something. Or to, like, reduce flashing lights. But there were some scenes they just redrew for seemingly no reason. And then some scenes they didn't redraw, which they should have redrawn.
Do you think there'll ever be like a Dragon Ball Kai? Or do you think we'll just have the Kai forever as the main version?
I mean, I think Dragon Ball Kai was kind of a weird concept to begin with, honestly.
I mean, it was just like a promotional stunt to make the series be more popular again.
I mean,
merch.
it was great for the English version because we got like a faithful English dub, but outside of that, there wasn't really much going for it. Like, it's just kind of like a weird half remastered, half not version of DBZ. It's kind of strange.
I mean, they did it to make sell more merch because people weren't as exciting.
Apparently it didn't work though. Apparently, like, all it did for the English version sales-wise was just drive up sales for the existing DBZ sets.
No, I mean for Japan. They were trying to sell merch in Japan.
Well, did it work?
I don't know, but that was their aim. It was to get more popularity for the show so they could sell merch. Because most anime doesn't actually make money from the anime itself; it makes it from the merchandise. Can't believe I died on that. Because animes cost a lot of money, and DVD sales are kind of bad because they're so expensive in Japan.
Yeah,
It's like a niche product for collectors. So they make most of their money on anime figures and shit like that, like key rings.
Yep. I wish they had another. I mean, this game is just straight up not finished. Like, straight up. This game is not finished.
Yeah, they should have made Burst Limits 2, I think.
I mean, ideally, they would just make the best version in one game. Because I feel like every...
What if they should do like a remaster and just like add more content to it? Or like a remake of this game? I don't know.
What I was gonna say was, you know, it feels like they try to rush these games out so much that it gets to the point where all the sequels are just better versions of the previous one. But it kind of gets to the point where it's like, you know, in a perfect world, Tenkaichi 3 would have just been the first one, and then that would have been it. We wouldn't have had to go through 2 other games to get it right, basically.
Yeah, well, it's just the Pokemon problem where they have like the first game and then they have the second game, which is just like the better version.
Except the Pokemon thing got even worse because they started splitting the second game into 2 games now. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Yeah, that was so bad. That was when I was saying, fuck this, I'm not buying any more Pokemon games.
Well, to be honest, Gen 6 had the last sort of polished ones.
Yeah.
They stopped being polished after that one.
I would say...
Gen 7, sorry.
Yeah, Gen 7. I would say Gen 7 is somewhat polished, but there was a lot of parts in the game that just felt unfinished. Though,
I'd
to
say-
be fair, I never played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so
I
I don't know if
generally
they fixed.
I mean, I generally just feel like once Pokemon stopped being portable, it stopped being polished. When it became a Switch series, it started becoming
This when you defeated Nappa.
like, I mean, Scarlet and Violet is just kind of embarrassing to look at sometimes. Like, the game itself is actually not bad. It's actually kind of interesting, but visually, it is like not good. Hello?
Yeah. Hello. Just trying to kill this guy. I genuinely do not know actually how to play this game, so I'm just spamming buttons. So
Yeah, this game's got a tutorial, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I said you know this game's got a tutorial, right?
Oh.
It does. I think you should maybe play that.
Well, I can look at the controls. A is guard. B key blast. Rush attack. Smash attack.
I'm seeing a
Or
delay, that's right.
It's form. Blow away attack. How do I transform? Here we go. I did it! What was I saying again?
I don't know.
Alright, so can you hear me less well right now?
I'm going to
I don't know.
Do I sound further away right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just checking because I've never tried these settings that you suggested. So.
So if you want to sit further away, you should probably turn the gain up a bit on the mic.
No, I wasn't. It wasn't that. Just I was adjusting my posture, and I wanted to see how it sounded if I tried speaking a bit further away.
For my mic, I have it just a bit off the bottom gain part, so I have it like just a few fractions away.
Well, does it current? Oh god, you oughta... Does it currently sound better than my usual mic?
I don't know. Because I'm not very good at audio and Discord compresses it.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, you only ever hear me over Discord anyway, so you can tell me.
Exactly.
But,
It sounds slightly better, but it's hard to tell. I just hear it side by side.
see, this cutscene's cool. I mean,
Crap.
okay, the lighting does kind of ruin their models a bit when it's showing off the... But, like, they had the right idea.
Yeah.
Did he say Kaioken or Kaioken? I don't have the sound on.
I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was Kaioken. Kaioken.
Because they were kind of not sure whether they wanted to call it Kaioken or Kaioken for a while. Like in Raging Blast 1, when he uses Kaioken, when he first does it, he says Kaioken, but then when he powers it up to like ×2 or 3, he calls it Kaioken, which is...
What about Kanye? Kanye?
bit of a derail, but okay.
There's a video where it's like, okay, Ginyu Assault. When do we get the cool cutscenes with the music?
What?
There's like an ending credits thing that has like the song, but it's like with different cutscenes to the intro. I'm not sure how to get it.
I mean, I'm guessing when you beat the game, if it's what I'm thinking you're talking about.
Maybe, yeah.
It looks like it's our turn now. Can you force?
See, this is weird. You don't even see the other Ginyu Force members in this game. It's just Raccoon and Ginyu. And it's weird. It kind of makes it the story weird to follow.
How come Vegeta still has a tail when he got it chopped off?
Oh yeah. I guess that's the problem when you only make one outfit. Yeah, that's that's a pretty big oopsie. Yeah, they really needed more time with this game. There was little attention to detail for stuff like that.
Was it like that in the show? Did he have the tail in the show in the
No.
in?
No, he lost his tail on Earth. He never gets it back.
Let's get started.
Gohan just randomly seems to get it back for no reason, like every 5 seconds.
Okay, so I don't know if this is true, but when I was a kid, a friend told me, and this was before I knew much about Dragon Ball, a friend told me that their tails only regrow when they're kids, but they don't regrow if they get cut off when they're adults. Now that does follow the logic of how it seems to happen in the show, but they never actually, from what I've seen, they never actually acknowledge that as like a thing. Like, so I don't know where he heard that.
Maybe
That
look it
definitely-
up on like, maybe it was like an SBS thing on like Toriyama interview.
Why doesn't Goku's tail grow back? Tails will sometimes grow back when it's in extreme danger, as it did with Goku twice in Dragon Ball and twice with Gohan in Goku's tail was permanently removed at the end of Dragon Ball by Kami, so the move, okay. Is it decided that...
They're
okay,
forgetting how in GT he gets his tail back.
well, I mean, that's because he becomes a kid again, yes. Why doesn't Vegeta's tail grow back?
Have any cooler moves?
And they did it in the stupidest way possible. They like pulled his tail out. It didn't make any bloody sense. You can't grow a tail by pulling at it. That's not how tails work. That's like pulling your hair to grow it longer. It's not. That doesn't make any sense.
I think
just-
if you're looking for things to make sense in Dragon Ball, you're already losing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Apparently Vegeta's tail grew back once? What?
Why am I in the air? I don't want to be in the air.
Okay, so apparently in the manga, when the person who heals him after he gets back from Earth the first time, like the alien guy who heals him,
Yeah.
says that like, oh, we couldn't get your tail back, and Vegeta says like, it's fine, it'll grow back eventually, and then it just never does. So it sounds more like Akira Toriyama just forgot about it and just didn't want to deal with it.
When I first watched Dragon Ball, I got Android 16 confused with Raccoon because they both look very similar.
Yeah, they're kind of similar. Big buff guys with like orange hair. I mean, like, it always feels weird to me when they don't have the whole Ginyu Force playable.
Am I the only one that feels like Gohan getting crazy mad when Android 16 dies is a bit, like, unfounded? Because he didn't really know him to be, like, he didn't even really know him, and he just gets, like, and then, like, he acts like he's, like, the best thing ever. He acts
I
like
don't
it's like his own family died, but he was just some random robot guy, and he barely knew him, so why was he so angry? Like, he was angrier than freaking Spider-Man was when... It just didn't really make sense to me. Maybe if it was Icarus, that would make more sense. Is Icarus canon?
No. Well, only canon to the extent that the movies are canon, which is not really.
No. Well, they don't make any sense, the movies, do they?
Well,
I mean, Tree of Mai is apparently supposed to be in the middle of the Namek saga, somehow.
Yeah, and yet there's no Super Saiyan. There's no, and it also doesn't.
Well, how did they
no.
randomly get from Namek back to Earth and then back to Namek again?
I think the least canon one out of all of them is the Janemba one. Because that, like, has like a billion absurdities that don't really work.
I heard Bio Broly is the worst one out of them all.
Oh, actually, I think Yeah, Buy Broly is one of the 2 DBZ movies that I haven't seen.
I watched the videos about the worst Dragon Ball movies, and that was the worst one apparently.
I've heard it's really bad.
I don't think I've seen any of them except for like
I've only seen the first Broly movie.
the new ones that came out, like Battle of God.
I've only seen like the first one, and I think Broly is a stupid character. He deserves
Well, how do you not get wet without a Broly? You know? Do you not get my joke?
I get it.
Is it not funny?
I mean I've heard I mean it's a joke. I mean it's been made before, you know.
Oh, has it? Okay.
What, you don't think anyone has ever made a joke about
Well, I
Broly?
thought a Broly is like a very English term. I didn't think many people would know what a Broly is.
I kind of figured wait, why is Broly called Broly?
Because he's broccoli. That's Broly is broccoli.
Yeah, you're right, broccoli. I kind of just
I
oh,
killed him.
yeah. This Broly.
Why does Gohan just like gets like his jaw broken and then he's still like not dead? Like how is he still alive?
No, he gets his neck broken.
Yeah, how is he still alive? Doesn't make any sense. He should be fucking dead, really.
I don't know. My only guess is that he's a Saiyan, and Saiyans are just a bit tougher.
Yeah, but he's also like 5. Like he should be dead, not from like the neck injury, but from like trauma and shock.
I mean, Goku should be dead from training at higher gravity.
Sorry, but you can't beat me.
True.
Like,
I can tell already.
it's not. It's all fantasy at the end of the day.
I was trying to figure out what.
Dragon Ball really realistic would be better.
I realized that you're a big
No.
fibber.
They did that. It sucked.
Play with liars.
But when did they? Yeah, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah.
To fix your attitude.
So apparently, the Dragon Ball Evolution game on the PSP is actually not bad because it's literally just a reskin of Shin Budokai, basically.
Have you played the Bubsy game that's like Runner 3?
No.
You heard of a Bit Trip Runner, right?
I think so.
It's like a rhythm music game where you like jump over things and it's really hard. Yeah, they made a Bubsy game that is literally just a clone of that.
Wow. I bet it was great.
But it's made by the same developers, so...
I bet it was great.
Ah!
I've never actually played a Bubsy game. My impression that Bubsy games are bad is based entirely off what people on the internet say. So maybe if I played it, I'd suddenly be surprised and find that I really like it. I don't know.
Yeah, you should play Bubsy 3D. That's the best one.
I know it's like 10 controls platform. And it's basically considered like the worst 3D platformer. Do you think it's actually the worst 3D one? I mean, there must be a 3D platformer. I mean, sure, there's probably a bunch of like dumb, cash-grabby indie games on Steam that are made bad on purpose. Just for
That is true, yeah. It's probably not the worst ever 3D platforming game, but...
But I mean, like, in terms of someone actually kind of releasing like a real game with like a publisher and everything, and not just someone releasing.
I don't know.
Like in the same sense that like. You
But
know,
it got the Player X award from Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
It was one of the sleeper hits of '96.
Yeah. They must. I mean. Yeah,
Dave was right. Dave said it himself.
Yeah, Dave said it. And then that's all there is to it.
Time to send you on to the next world.
Do you know what happened to Frieza, or is that still a spoiler?
Well, I
Are
know
you
he
knowledgeable with what happened in Super or not?
No, well, all I know is that he's part of like the Tournament of Power thing, but I don't know how he gets there or what happens to him after it.
Okay.
I'll watch it eventually. I mean, I still need to catch up on One Piece as well.
You should watch Two Piece.
I've never even watched all of Dragon Ball GT. Like, I know how the story goes, more or less. I've never actually played it all, though. Watched it all, sorry.
Well, you press the play button on the TV, so...
Well, I mean, I've played it, but in the sense that I've played the video games that go over it. But
What games go over GT?
not many do it extensively. Tenkaichi 3 kind of. Tenkaichi 3's actually got quite a lot of GT stuff in it.
Is there like a story mode over it
Tenkaichi 3's got a story mode.
that does GT?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Tenkaichi 3's
Maybe
got
I
like
should play that.
Super 17 and stuff in it. And I think maybe Baby
Yeah.
Vegeta as well.
Maybe a Tenkaichi 4 will go over... So it goes over GT, but not the original Dragon Ball?
Yeah, I think it's got like maybe Kid Goku and like General Tao or something. I think that's about it. Tenkaichi 3 character.
I have a question. So are the story modes in each Tenkaichi game like completely different, or are they just like updated versions of...
They're all pretty different, but they're not well in general. I mean, there's like they've got different UIs and stuff, but I don't think they're especially different overall. I think Tenkaichi 3 might have had like a slightly Budokai 3-esque. Actually, no, that might be wrong.
180,000? What the fuck?
Yeah, Android 13 from. I don't know. Android 13's the one from the movie.
And Super 17 you're talking about, where they did the...
Super 17 is in the game. GT Gochita, but Gochita's everything.
17's a good guy, actually. He runs an animal shelter farm and kills all the guys that poach animals. He kills all them.
Right. Mercenary Tao, he's in Tenkaichi 3.
General Blue.
Yeah,
Shrek.
Super 17 is in, yeah. Oh, so is some of the other Shenrons, I think. Well, no, that's still just a Mega Shenron.
I like the one with the underwear one. That's my favorite one.
Oh, Majub. Majub is in.
What the fuck is Majub? Who the hell's that?
That happens in GT.
I forgot about that.
GT Vegeta's a character. Yeah, there's not like a ton of GT. Android 8, Arayli, and Arayli. Well, Arayli's not really a Dragon Ball character, but you know. She was in the original Dragon Ball.
She's actually the most powerful character of all time, apparently. According to Dragon Ball lore.
The Devil Man from Dragon Ball's in.
The Bora, you know.
No, Devil Man, the guy who's like he like makes you explode by like powering up the evil in you or something. Like,
Oh, is that from one of the Dragon Ball movies?
No, he's from the actual show. He's
I don't remember that.
he was.
What I know is there's like a movie called like The Devil Man in like a sleeping castle or something like that.
No, he's from the fortune teller Baba like thing where they've got to fight a bunch of people to get the fortune reading. He's one of the people that it's like the last one they fight, or the second last one they fight. You know, when they want the reading from fortune
Yeah,
teller
I do
Baba.
know what you're talking about. The tournament they do, yeah.
Yeah, he's like the second to last one they fight or something, or maybe the last one. I don't know. But General Blue is a character, yeah.
Yeah.
Kids Chi-Chi, King Cole, well no.
Neo-Nazi. Now, fuck!
Are there any other... Oh, yeah, another one of the Shenrons is an enemy. Who's Tambourine?
Tambourine is the guy that killed Krillin.
Oh, I forgot about this guy.
And he gets killed by Goku immediately after. He doesn't live very long.
Yeah.
That was when Goku was actually not completely stupid, and he was actually got angry when people did stuff and actually did kill people and not just say, I'm gonna let you live no matter what.
Yeah.
Why did Goku become so stupid? Like when he was a kid he was actually smart and he was like, I'm not gonna forgive you, I'm gonna kill you and take you out now. But then he leaves and lets fucking Frieza live. Why?
They kind of gave up on making giant characters playable in later games. Like Doctor, you don't see Doctor Wheelo anymore.
Doctor Who? What?
Doctor Wheelo? The guy who's like a brain and a big robot.
Oh, I don't remember that, no.
He's from...
That's from, like, fucking... That's Krang, right? Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, Dr. Wheelo, he's from the movie.
You just described Krang.
I mean, I guess I did, but that is what this guy is, though. He's a brain in like a big machine. That, like, Goku defeats him with a spirit bomb at the end, like he does every movie villain.
Have you seen Captain N, the Game Master?
The Nostalgia Critics review of it.
The Mother Brain in that is basically just a ripoff of Krang.
Maybe.
It's so weird they thought they were... It's so funny they put Mother Brain as an actual character in the show. It's so funny. Like, Mother Brain in the NES game is just like... It's literally nothing, and they actually like animated that to be a proper character.
No, apparently Dr. Wheelo shows up in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Like, a human man.
Super Dragon Ball Heroes is such a weird game, man. There were so many weird 3DS games for Dragon Ball. The 3DS was really the best system for weird anime games.
Alright, I'm gonna go because it's been in about an hour. And,
Alright. Well, how about we wait until we finish this boss fight and then I'll go stop the stream.
yeah, sure, yeah, we'll finish this fight against Ginyu. I kinda like Kaioken better than Super Saiyan, honestly.
It looks a lot like Super Saiyan God though.
Well, I mean, really, it's the other way around of anything.
Really, why?
Because Kaioken was before Super Saiyan God.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right, yeah.
What do you mean you guess I'm right? Super Saiyan God was like...
No, I was trying to say that Super Saiyan God... It's better than Super Saiyan God. I don't know what I was saying.
Oh, right. Oh, right. I get you. Okay, okay. I thought the way you said it, you made it sound like that was criticism of Kaioken.
Yeah. I'm just brain dead.
No, I just think Kaioken's got... I mean, I know it's less interesting because it's just like Red Goku, like more like it doesn't change his actual appearance, but it's also like there's like it's just interesting mechanically how like every time he uses it, there's always like a risk that comes with it. I mean, I guess they kind of did as much as they could with it, maybe. I just think it's cool how like it's like the further he pushes it, the more dangerous it gets for him.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Why
Kind
you
of find
laugh?
You have a strong body.
Whereas Super Saiyan doesn't really have that. You just kind of go Super Saiyan. And then, wow.
What?
Super Saiyan.
Then why are you laughing?
What? Why are you laughing? What? Why are you laughing?
Because I like it. I like that strong body of yours.
It's a bit gay.
You like it? Change now.
Do you think Captain Ginyu is gay for Goku?
I think Captain Ginyu is Captain Ginyu, no matter what.
Which one is Captain Ginyu? I can't tell. Alright, I guess we'll call it a day now.
Okay, thanks for having me.
Yeah, good night.
Bye.
Or whatever time it is.